Today, we tell about one of the most famous performers in the world, Michael Jackson. Known as the King of Pop, Jackson sold more than 750 million albums over his career. Michael Jackson redefined popular culture with his energetic music, dance moves, and revolutionary music videos. But Jackson's huge success as a performer was not always easy. He was a complex individual with an often troubled private life.
The album Thriller was as much about moves as it was about music. Michael Jackson brought attention to his body's movements by wearing a shiny white glove, shortened black pants, and white socks. He created dance movements that were electrifying. He could be as hard as a robot or as smooth as liquid. While doing his famous moonwalk step, he seemed to be walking backwards on air.
Singing with his brothers in a group called the Jackson 5. In 1968, the group signed a recording deal from Motown Records. Michael was 11 years old when they released their first album a year later. The Jackson 5 became an immediate success. Their music set records. Their first 4 songs were I Want You Back, ABC, The Love You Save, and I'll Be There. They all reached the #1 position in pop music record sales in 1970.
Michael was the star of the group. He was the lead singer and danced with great energy. His extraordinary skill and presence on stage was remarkable, especially for someone so young. The group made youthful and fun music that was very popular with both African Americans and white listeners. In the 1970s, the group changed record companies and shortened their name to the Jacksons. They continued to perform together, although Michael Jackson started to record music on his own as well. In 1985, Michael Jackson helped write the song We Are the World. He recorded it with many other famous performers. The aim of the record was to raise money for starving people in Africa. The project raised millions of dollars with this best-selling song.
But he was also a very troubled man. His behavior and appearance became increasingly strange. He had many operations to change his face. He acted and spoke in a childlike way. Jackson bought a huge property in California, which he called Neverland, after the children's story of Peter Pan. He had amusement park rides, a zoo, and a large movie theater built for his home. Michael Jackson also went into major debt, and he suffered from injuries and illness that reportedly led him to take many kinds of pain-killing medicines.
In 1993, a 13-year-old boy accused him of sexual abuse. The child molestation case was settled out of court, with Jackson reportedly paying the boy millions of dollars. But 10 years later, a similar accusation by another boy led to a criminal trial, which began in 2005. A jury cleared Jackson of all charges. He called the trial the hardest thing he had ever done in his life. During this time, Michael Jackson kept recording and performing music.
He later married a nurse named Deborah Rowe. They had 2 children, Michael Joseph Jackson and Paris Michael Catherine Jackson. The couple divorced in 1999. Mr. Jackson later had a 3rd child, Prince Michael Jackson.
After his 2005 trial, the singer spent much of his time in Europe and the Middle East. He returned to the United States with the aim of planning what was to be a victorious comeback. Michael Jackson died on June 25, 2009, of heart failure. He was just days away from launching a series of 50 concerts in London.
Fans around the world mourned his death. Prisoners in a jail in the Philippines danced for him. Fans in Paris, France, attended a service at the city's ancient religious center in his honor. Famous performers around the world told about the influence he had on their work. Michael Jackson left a huge mark on popular culture. His memory will live on in his unforgettable music.